Okay, hands up if you're hearing a lot about funnel marketing. Seems to be everywhere I go in my social feeds and the likes. And the ads are things like get 10 times the number of leads in 2 days and 7,000% return. It sounds too good to be true. And of course it is too good to be true. Of course it is. Now that said, the funnel approach is actually a very good technique though, if it's done properly. Now, the people it works best for, or the businesses it work best for, are the ones that sell high value products or services that require a bit of trust, a lot of education. So if you're in that space, you need to listen on here. If you have a high value service or product that requires a bit of education or trust. This is how it works. I'll give you the layman's rundown. There's a lot of nuances, but I'll give it to you very quickly here. Essentially, you talk about that one service or product. If you're a travel agent, the campaign isn't about holidays, it's about backpacking in Guatemala. It's that sort of specific, really quite specific. And what we do is we go on a campaign to try to attract people to our website around that topic. Now, in the long form, it's writing lots of blogs to try to come up for searches that people would tend to type in, and that can be really effective, very effective. But in the short term, it's advertising, and advertising in places like Facebook, LinkedIn, all those bits and pieces to our target audience about that topic. And the premise is this, that if we have someone who's interested in that topic and they click through that ad, they aren't taken to the homepage of the website, they're taken to a specific page about that topic where there's information of any sort. It could be lots of information, it could be very little. But on that page, we're offering something, it could be a checklist or an ebook or a download or a something to get that person's email address. We're saying, if you give us your email address, I'll give you this item, which is about this subject that you're really interested in. And it's quite effective. It doesn't get everyone, of course, but it might get 1 in 5, might get 1 in 10, something like that. And you end up building a database around this very specific niche. These people have shown interest in that topic. And then what happens is you start talking to them on a regular basis, and I mean talking through email mostly, to try to educate along the way. And the difference between this and a newsletter is, you come into it and you just get the next one in the list. But this version is when I give you my email address, the next day I get an email saying, thanks for getting it. Would you like this? A few days later, I get another one saying, download this other one. A week later, I say, come and look at the webinar. And then when the next guy comes in, he's not just joining at the webinar stage, he's getting that first email again. So it's an automated process that follows a line. And essentially what you're trying to do is go from the minute you get the email, over whatever course of time, it could be a year, it could be a month, whatever, it's usually a good few months, you're trying to stay in touch with a client or the potential customer. Hope they open all of them, but of course they open some of them. And go from a situation where they don't know you at all to somewhere where they actually have got a lot of faith in the way you do things because they've read a lot of stuff on that topic that you've provided. And then eventually, and this is where it's beautiful, if you can, this is all done through an automated process. Then we start popping out with, would you like to talk to a consultant? Would you like to talk to someone now? Through an email form. And eventually, all things going well, the person says yes. They click on the button. It says, good, make a time with Sally. And they click on the button and say 2 o'clock on Tuesday. Thanks very much. I'll talk to Sally. And the first time Sally, the salesperson, hears about this is when she gets an email saying, Bob Jones wants to talk to you about a holiday in Guatemala. And here's all of the emails that he's received, but here's all the ones he's opened. And this is what he's shown interest in. And it's amazing. It's incredible when you get to that level. And your salesperson goes, you're just walking leads to me that are already sold. It's quite incredible. Now, it does take quite a bit of lead time to sort of generate. You can imagine there's a lot there to try to build that database. But as you're building the database, the sales are coming through. And as the sales are coming through, you're going on to the next topic. And there has been some amazing results around inbound marketing, or funnel marketing as it's called. So don't get sucked in by the, double your money in 2 days and all that sort of hoo-ha. But if you're selling high value products that require education and particularly trust, this is a huge opportunity that's well and truly underdone in Australia at the moment. So there you go. Get on board.